Dear Journal, I read a comment last night on the internet on a YouTube channel video, and I didn't have a real response for it. And I didn't think much about it. But then I went to bed and woke up with a bunch of thoughts. So I must have been processing overnight while I slept. Anyway, I went to respond to the comment this morning, and it turned into a novel, which I decided I would record for you here, Journal. Also, Journal, as you're aware, I've been having to take quite the hiatus in life. And while I'm hiatusing, I'm going to do things I don't normally do, like Dear Journal sessions on YouTube videos or whatever else I feel called to create, because I can't really do a whole lot else. Here we go. This is the comment I saw last night, and it says, if I was in Scientology and beginning to question everything I've been told, like at my weakest point, and I finally decided to do some searching online to see if there was any hope out there, if people who have left have found a happier and better life, or if it will get better if I do leave. And then I found and watched a few of these videos, I feel like it would become some kind of instant confirmation that Scientology has been correct all along about those who have left, and there really is no hope for me either way. Like the opposite of what I thought you were supposed to be trying to accomplish. That's how the last 3 to 4 months of these videos have felt. So my response turned into, again, like I said, a novel. And yet, while it is specific to this one comment and seems sort of out of left field, I think it does extend to that commentary that's out there all over the place about just focusing on Scientology or expressing their own feelings or distastes with people or quote unquote drama or infighting. I think there's a line, and I think there's a balancing act that everybody individually has to figure out for themselves. And so I encourage you, if you're going to listen to this long ass novel, to expand my comments to wherever you feel like it applies. To be honest with you, I started the comment with I don't usually hang out yapping it up in the comment areas, but I woke up with some thoughts today and felt called to share them. If someone is stuck in the cult and it's mind prison, then there are some very appealing things they may see here, or if they stumble upon any ex-Scientology channel expressing their distaste for others or other ex-Scientologists. I'll use Nora's channel specifically as an example because, well, we're here. Number one, Scientologists are quite restricted in their internet use if they're public, and not at all able to use it if in the Sea Org. Seeing someone free and on the internet could easily be seen as a positive aspect to leaving Scientology. To that extent, public Scientologists are discouraged from going on YouTube. Take Moxon and Philip Campos, for example, two public Scientologists who just learned how to use YouTube because they were forced by a judge in a court of law after their many attempts to prevent it, citing that it went against their, quote, religious, end quote, and I stuck a vomit emoji there, belief system. Number two, seeing someone who has the freedom to have their own platform or channel and speak about whatever they want, whenever they want, with whomever they want, without fear, could be an amazing expression of freedom to witness for a Scientologist who's contemplating leaving. I'd expand that to any human. Number three, seeing someone who was hurt by the cult, hurt by the aftermath of it, both on a personal level as well as by others experiencing the same hurt and speaking about and from the damage it caused, could be seen as a very appealing way to process the damage. To see a process that doesn't include the dehumanizing fear, control, knowledge reports, getting TRs in, rehabilitation projects, blah, 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 etc., could easily result in someone choosing to liberate themselves, in my opinion. Number 4, if someone's in the cult and they see somebody free to share their feelings about someone else, I believe it absolutely may help motivate them to find that freedom for themselves. I could use a very extreme example here, and I will. Even if they found a channel of someone who has dedicated their life to exposing another person's abuse and solely focused all of their content on exposing that one person, I'm not saying that's what's going on here, but let's go with this extreme example, then I see how it could be a friggin' phenomenal thing for them to see. If someone is truly contemplating leaving, but has already gotten to the point where they're searching on the internet, I'd say they're already halfway out the door, if not more. That is a huge step to take. They are searching for the truth. They're searching for something that validates why they're searching at all. To use another extreme example, finding people online who lived under Scientology control and left, speaking out in any capacity, even if it's absolute rage, sharing the truth of where they're at in life now, how they're experiencing other people who left the cult, and doing so with raw, no bullshit, no rose-colored glasses, no fake-ass PR garbage, no repressed emotions, could be just the expression of liberation that some people contemplating leaving might find incredibly therapeutic, freeing, and motivating. I feel like people contemplating leaving are given an opportunity to witness other people having disagreements with each other, speaking about each other the way they really feel, and living their lives with the freedom to do so. I see this as a potentially huge benefit in their decision-making process. What people see is the truth. Life's not easy in a cult or outside of it. Navigating relationships is difficult outside of a cult, and to pretend like it isn't is bullshit. At least people are able to witness people navigating relationships authentically post-cult. And not everybody who leaves a cult is going to navigate relationships the same way. And luckily, there are hundreds of other YouTube channels, books, podcasts, articles, blogs, etc., with people who left cults and navigate life and relationships their own unique way. What somebody contemplating leaving a control group or cult like Scientology can see here is that difficulties in relationships are able to be experienced. They're able to be experienced without oversight, parameters, paperwork, and proper process. The joys and the sorrows of life and relationships are able to be experienced fully and freely. The freedom to speak out against an abuser or just someone you don't even like is not something they're currently safe doing. Can you imagine how liberating that must make somebody feel after years or even an entire lifetime of not being able to do so? For those of us that weren't raised in a high control group, high control family, or a cult, can only imagine. Luckily, we'll never have to know what that feels like, but I believe it's our responsibility to damn well try if we're going to speak on the subject. Being able to have arguments, discord, frustrations, or disagreements with other people out in the open, to feel your feelings freely, to be able to express them. What a fucking privilege. To live in an environment where you can't speak your mind, to be told what your mind wants to speak is wrong, to be controlled so much that you've unlearned how to feel your emotions so much so that you couldn't well share them even if you wanted to, is the absolute opposite of what somebody might stumble upon here. So for some, I think this channel is exactly what they need. For others, it might be other channels or other places. I believe in people's ability to find the right people to watch and listen to or read. And I believe in their ability to reach out for support when they need it. There are a good amount of ex-Scientologists who watch this content. I suspect there are a good amount of under-the-radar folk as well. I understand your perspective, but upon a night's sleep and further thought, I feel it's one way to look at things, and I've decided to offer another. I think what's being displayed here is an example of freedom that many people who were not raised in a cult take for granted. What's being expressed here is healing for many of us who are working through our own emotions after relationships with people who were harmful. I hear someone speaking out and helping a lot of people learn how to spot harmful humans in their own lives. For those it's not helping, they don't have to be part of it. And maybe that's their journey and their learning process to see what their boundaries are for themselves. And that's the beauty of being real. You give other people the opportunity to make their own decisions about what they need in their life. So no matter how much this channel and this creator or any other creator or person taps into emotions that people are uncomfortable with, like anger, sadness, frustration, disgust, I, for one, appreciate that they're being real. And in this specific situation on this channel, in my opinion, I find them fucking hilarious. And I know I'm not alone. Thanks for listening, Journal. You're always here for me when I need you.